Hello, hello. We are here for the Martini Network Spotlight business interview. And I'm here with Jax Fromer, the amazing Jax Fromer, the owner of SempPure and also a network navigator on the Martini Network Ambassador team. So welcome, Jax.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh my goodness, it is my pleasure. I can't wait to share you with everybody because anybody who doesn't already know you needs to know you. So.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh my gosh. Well, I guess the only logical place to start is who is Jax? Like, how did you come to the inspiration of SempPure and tell everybody who you are, all about you?
So I am Jax, and the first thing is everything I do leads from love and honesty, purity, integrity. I'm all about making sure that SempPure and a name that fits me so perfectly to who I am. So when I was trying to come up with something that encompasses all of those things, Sempure, so semper means always, from semperfi, and pure, so always pure. So anything and everything that I have under this umbrella is always pure. And it's just something that has been always important to me to make sure that I portray exactly what everything I do as it encompasses purity.
I love that. I absolutely love that. Tell us a little bit about you as a person, too. Like, you have this beautiful family. Tell us a little bit more about you.
So I am very blessed to have a husband who has been my absolute best friend in the whole wide world. He is amazing. 23 years this August,
Amazing.
and I haven't gotten rid of him yet. I have two amazing boys after the universe had said, I had this fear that I wasn't going to be able to have any children. And I had a lot of medical conditions that, against all odds, I was able to be blessed with two boys, 15 now and 11, Caleb and Kai. So when a doctor tells you you can't, I say, watch me.
I love that. Hey, they're just practicing. Oh my gosh. Well, that's a perfect segue too into what your offerings are. Like I know that I personally have had a reading with you and you're pretty spot on with those things. Let's start with the readings. Let's talk about that.
I have been an international reader, which is a great way to explain it because I'm not one that likes to label what it is called. So I am an intuitive spiritual guide, and how I do it is for 25 years, I have learned to trust my intuition. So anyone and everyone has the ability to do what I do. It's just a matter of how much you practice. And I have honed this craft of being able to trust what I'm receiving and not second guess what has to come out. So sometimes it can get me into a little bit of trouble, but it's always coming from a place of love and it's always coming from a place of the same place. It's just one consciousness. And I just tap in and give you the information unfiltered.
Yeah, your readings are pretty spot on, girl. You said some things to me
Thank
and I
you.
was like, there's no way you could have known that. Let's talk too about like, in that same realm, like the healing crystals. Let's talk about that.
So I'm a crystal healer. Anything that I do is all about healing. So the readings are healing, the crystals are healing. They're not a cure-all. Anything I do is not a cure-all. I call them supplements. So they aid in the healing process. And they are all filled with minerals and all energy that is all about healing. So I have done classes and workshops on a lot of crystals. When I set up for markets, which is another thing that I love to do, is set up markets and being involved in the community. I have over 150 different types of crystals at any given time on my tables. And it's just something that I've been always passionate about, even before it became a very popular thing now.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you have some absolutely gorgeous pieces and crystals that are made into things and they're just beautiful. And tell us about the natural products. I bought some of your candles for some friends. So tell us a little bit about your handmade, homemade products. Tell us.
Hand poured. Hand poured in small batches because I want to make sure that everything is done again well. And I use coconut and apricot wax, which it burns slower, burns cleaner. All of my tallow is organic. Everything that I have, and even all of my crystals are all handpicked. I don't shop online. I go to the places, I pick them out, and I have to touch them, feel them, love them. And if I love them, I that's how they make it to my table. So the same thing goes for all of my natural products, all of my candles, my jars. So everything is very intentionally and intuitively chosen.
I love that. A lot of people today, most people today, are walking around in the fog. They're not in the moment, right? They're on autopilot, and I catch myself. We have to be aware, right? I catch myself sometimes on running on autopilot, and it's all about being present, and I love that you're so in touch with your intuition. I think that it's so incredible. Tell us about your classes. You said you're teaching classes. What kind of classes are you teaching?
So right now, a standing class that I have, it's not so much a class, but it is an event, I guess. So it's for relaxation in this stressful environment that we are all living in right now. So the third Tuesday of every month, I do a sound bath, which is different than a sound healing. So sound bath, you're completely fully immersed in sound healing, which heals down to a cellular level. And what differentiates me from anybody else that has been doing that around here is I set up zero gravity chairs so anybody with a bad back or handicap can also enjoy this same amount of relaxation within the sound bath. And then I teach tarot and readings, not how I do it, but how to find your way of doing things because everybody does something so differently. And it's just a matter of how to find and trust your own intuition. Crystal healing, I teach anything that has to do with the healing realm.
That's awesome. So people could technically just come to you, and if they just wanted to learn how to read their own tarot, you can teach them that. Or if they wanted to go on and, do you offer certifications of any kind, or is that just there aren't any kind of certifications for those class?
They're really, certifications are very not regulated in
Right,
this field.
right,
So anybody can say that. So it's
right,
just a matter of taking on. So for me, for instance, I don't have a certification. It's just something that I've done with 25 years experience. But I
right.
know that I put a very heavy responsibility on myself. So anything that is said within my time frame, nothing is discussed. I have therapist rules where anything that is said with me stays with me. And I teach that as the foundation of anything that has been done because it is a huge responsibility when you sometimes have somebody else's decisions in your hands.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. And there's a lot of that. Like anybody could just make a certificate. So really what you're looking for is the integrity, obviously, of the person and the years of experience that they have.
Yes.
Now, you're a
Mhm.
Martini Network Navigator, and I'm super excited to have you on the team. Let's talk about, you're very, very involved in the community. Let's talk about some of your community engagement. Before we do that, how do people reach you? Because I know we're going to have to wrap it up, but I want you to tell people first off, how can they reach you? And then let's talk about your community engagement.
Best way to reach me is through the website, and that is SempPure, S as in Sam, E M as in Mary, PPURE.com. And or my phone number, which is a business line, 772-206-0809. Text is the best way to get in touch with me.
Perfect. I was going to say, please don't put your cell phone number online.
No, it's a business line. It's how, texting is just an easier way. And I do want to make sure that I am accessible, especially to clients that are looking for answers or direction, because that's my biggest thing is I want to be able to give healing and clarity.
Awesome. Awesome. So let's then talk about your community engagement before we end this amazing interview.
So community engagement to me is so important. I didn't realize how important and how huge of a community we actually live in, and the resources that we have available to us. So by going against, well, the universe puts you in position for your highest self, whether you realize it or not. So I had a store, it ended up closing due to a slumlord situation, and I had to pivot. And because of the most amazing people that I have made relationship with and collaborations with, have put me in a position to be able to give back to my community. And it is so important to be involved with your community and the people that you meet and the relationships, collaborations, because to me, there's always enough success for everybody to be successful. And if we can work together and build the community together and stronger, that to me means that I'm doing what I need to do within the community.
And you are really great at that. I mean, I don't know how many Navigator of the Month awards you've won, and
Oh, thank
you're
you.
always out there. You're always working with other people, and that's one of the things Martini Network strives. Being the longest running independent networking group on the Treasure Coast, we really like to work with other people if we can work with them. And again, there isn't any. Even when I was in industries that were very competitive, I just don't see competition, and that's just not the way my mind works. So that's one of the things I love about you. You're always helping other people, and and giving of your pure heart, and you have this divine feminine energy that's just amazing. So tell us again one more time, how can people find you?
So my website, sempure.com, SEMPPURE.com, and or phone number 772-206-0809.
And all that information will be included in the video description. So if you didn't write it down, you can find it in the video description. And Jax, thank you so much for being a part of our community, for being part of Martini Network, and for, of course, being my friend. I think you're an amazing lady.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.